talk about sense organs, that what are these sense organs and how it works. So in our body there are some sense organs which collects the information. Like this is chalk. So who will send this information? Of course I am watching this chalk with the help of my eyes. So my eyes will see this chalk and send an information to the brain that this is chalk. So this eye is one of the sense organ. Now if I eat this chalk, so my tongue will tell this is the taste of chalk and send the information to the brain. If I smell this, so my nose will send information that this is chalk. And if I touch this, so my touch, my hand, my skin will send the information to the brain that this shape, this thing is chalk. So these all things which are sending an information to the brain are known as sense organs. These sense organs are news gatherers, means they are collecting the news and sending that news to the brain, and in this way they are educating our brain. Means when you are getting some new information, so you are, of course you are getting graduate or you are being taught something. So similarly these 5 sense organs educate our brain. Let us see how. So we can define that these sense organs are news gatherers which educate our mind. The sense organs are news gatherers which educate our mind. Which educate our mind. Now what are these sense organs? So in our body only 5 sense organs are found. So these sense organs are mainly of 5 types. First one, let us start from here. So first one sense organ is our eye. Second sense organ, of course it is on face only, ear. Third, our nose. And fourth one, our tongue. And fifth one, of course, our skin. Now we will see where these are located and what is their job. Of course this eye, what is the job of the eye? The job of the eye is to see and send the information to the mind. That what is this? So eye is help us to see. Ear help us to listen. Nose help us to smell. Tongue help us to taste. And skin help us to feel. Sorry, feel. Now we will see how where they are located. See, eye is located on face. Ear is also located on face. Nose is also located on face. And tongue is present in our mouth. Skin all over the body. Now one by one we will see that how these sense organs works and how they educate our mind. So first you note down this, then we will see one by one sense organs. So starting from the topmost, our first sense organ is our eye. So let us see how this eye works and what are its parts. So first of all we will see the eye. If I ask you to draw the diagram of eyes, of course, till now we are drawing the diagram of eyes like this. So this is a diagram of eye, of course, but now we will see from sidewise that how it actually looks like in our body. So here only we will see some parts. So first, this middle portion is known as pupil. This is the portion from where the light enters into your eyes. This full portion is not absorbing the light. The light is coming and going into this pupil and entering through this pupil into your eye, through the pupil inside the eye. All over eye is not taking. And this is eyelashes to protect your eye, and upper side also it is covered with the skin. This portion is covered with the skin to protect your eye much. And this portion is white, this portion is black, and this one is dark black. This dark black enters the light. From here only the image is going inside. Now let us see how it is fit inside the bone. In our bone chapter we have seen that in this skull these are two hollows. These two hollows are for eyes. In this socket our eyes are fit. So our eyes actually looks like this. This is pupil. This is pupil, and behind this pupil there is a lens. So this is pupil and this is lens. Like in our mobile camera, in DSLR camera, there are lens. Similarly in our eye also there is lens. Of course this lens is not of glass. This lens is made up from muscles or tissues. Lens made up of tissues. This is not of glass. This is made up of tissues. Now this is pupil, this is lens. Now we need to protect the lens. There should not be any damage. So this one is this lens or this pupil are protected through a layer. This lens and pupil are protected through a layer of muscles. And again this one is covered. And this is whole covered. Up to this much we can see. From front, if you see the eye, only few portion you can see. Only this much portion is visible to us. This rest of the portion is inside the skull. Like this skull, this socket is there. This portion is inside the socket. So from here, inside the socket. Inside the socket of skull. So only this much eye is visible to us. Now, of course, there is lens, so there will be image. So inside our eye here, this portion is working like curtain. This portion is working like curtain. So light is entering through this pupil and coming out with the help of lens and forming image over this curtain. Forming image over this curtain. And this curtain in our eye is known as retina. This curtain inside the eye is known as retina. So how image form in our eye? Light enters through the pupil and passes through the lens and forms an image over the retina. And from here, someone will take the information and send it to the brain. So now this one again covered with a cover. This one is again covered with a cover. And here some nerves are connected to the eye. Some nerves are also going inside the eye to pick up the knowledge. So this one is nerve, or we can say optic nerve. This optic nerve send a message to the brain that what this eye has seen or what image is formed on the retina. From retina, this optic nerve pick up the image and send to the brain. So this nerve will send to the brain. It send information to the brain. In this way our eye works. Let us see one by one that what are the necessary portion and how they work. So mainly we have to study only 4 parts. First one, pupil. So what this pupil is doing, it allows the light or light enters through pupil. So its job is light enters through pupil. Second part of this is lens. It is made up of tissue. It is not made up of glass. And it helps us to see the image clearly. Help to see the image clearly. Third portion, retina. What happen on retina? Image form on retina. And fourth one, of course, this optic nerve. This sends a message to the brain. Send message to the brain. So this much only about eye. Now after this we will see about second sense organ, ear. Note down this much. Now we will know about our next sense organ, that is ear. We have seen how our eye works. Now we will see how does our ear work. Now for this let us see the diagram of ear, that how ear looks from inside. So here so this is our external ear. Why this ear is like this out of the body? Because it helps us to stop the sound. When sound is coming, so here it will strike and go inside. So that's why this ear is present outward of the face. So this is outside ear. Now in our ear you can see that there is a hole. From here one hole is present. Why this hole is present? Of course, if hole will not there, so how sound will enter inside the ear? So from this hole sound enter inside the ear. So from here sound is entering. Now let us see where this sound is going. So this portion is forming a tunnel. This portion is forming a tunnel, means this hole is like a tunnel inside our ear. So this hole is like a tunnel inside our ear. So this is going on and here it stops. So at the end of this tunnel there is like a curtain. जिसे बोलते हैं कान का पर्दा. So this curtain is known as eardrum. This eardrum is similar to tabla. Like when we are beating on tabla, it creates a sound. So when sound strikes on this curtain or eardrum, then only we can listen the sound. So after this eardrum, there is a bone. Again this bone is connected with another bone. Now this bone, these two are bone. And let me tell you that we have seen in previous chapter that in bones and muscles that the longest bone of the body is our thigh bone. The smallest bone is present inside our ear. This is the smallest bone present inside our body. This bone are connected again with a tunnel, and this tunnel are forming a coil. This tunnel is forming a coil. This is coiled bone. This is coiled bone. It is filled with a liquid. It is filled with liquid. That liquid is known as fluid. A special kind of liquid. After this coil is joined, of course, at the end of each and every organ. What is joined to send the message to the brain? That is nerve. To this coil, the thing which is joined, that is nerve. And what is the job of the nerve? We already know, to send the message to the brain. So we have seen the structure of ear. This is the structure of ear. Now we will see how it works, how we can listen the sound. So from this hole, sound or vibration enters. Suppose vibration whenever I am saying something, so it is moving like this. So this sound is coming, entering inside the ear and strikes on this eardrum. When this sound strikes on eardrum, it starts vibrating. When this starts vibrating, so this bone are attached with eardrum. These bones are also starts vibrating. Similarly, this bone also starts vibrating. When the vibration of this bone is coming here, and here in this coiled bone, liquid is present. Liquid means a fluid is present. So due to the vibration of this bone, this liquid is also starts vibrating. This liquid also starts vibrating. So due to vibration of this liquid, these nerves are connected to this liquid. These nerves are taking that message, that how these fluid is vibrating, and sending a message to the brain. So like this our ear works. That sound enters through the tunnel, strikes on eardrum, bone starts vibrating, fluid starts vibrating, nerve take the message from the fluid vibration and sends the message to the brain. Now let us see one by one these. First one portion, hole. So we can say sound enters through it. Sound enters through it. Next, second portion, tunnel. Through this, sound is moving on and then strikes to eardrum. So you will see. What is the job of the eardrum? It vibrates when sound strikes. It vibrates when sound strikes. Then third, this bone also just starts vibrating. Third one is coiled tube. This is coiled tube. It is filled with liquid. It is filled with fluid. Or you can say a kind of liquid. Next one, nerve. What this nerve is doing? Taking the vibration from the fluid and send that vibrations to the brain. Send fluid vibration to the brain. Sends fluid vibration to the brain. In this way our ear works. After this we will see our next sense organ, that is nose. First you note down, then we will see next. Now let's move towards our next sense organ, that is our nose. Now we will see what are the things present inside the nose and how our nose works to smell anything. So next sense organ, nose. So this is human nose. You know, here two holes are present. Two holes are present. Through this hole, smell enters inside the nose. So this is hole. Through this hole, smell enters inside the nose. Now on the roof of this nose, upside of this nose, if we open, so on the roof of the nose there are some receptors. On the roof of the nose there are some receptors. Now what is this receptors? These receptors are actually nerve. These receptors are actually nerve. So whenever we are smelling something, so that a smell enters inside the nose and touches these receptors. That smell of the air touches these receptors, and these receptors send that smell to the brain. Of course, nerve is there, so they send the smell to the brain, and brain find out in its dictionary that which kind of a smell is this, which one is fruit smell is this, and tell to us that this particular smell is of mango or banana or grapes, like this. So these receptors are responsible to tell about the smell, any kind of smell. Only this much is the structure of nose, and only this much is the working system of nose. Now we will move towards our next organ. First you note down, then we will see next one. Now we will know about our next organ, that is tongue. So in our mouth there is a thick structure is present. That thick structure is known as tongue. So in our tongue there are different portions. These portions will let you know the particular taste. Suppose the front side of our tongue, this front side of our tongue is help us to know sweet taste. Then sidewise portion of this means this portion help us to know salty taste, and above this portion help us to know sour taste, and the last portion of our tongue, this help us to know bitter taste. So these are the portion divided on the tongue, that if you touch sweet here, the receptors or taste bud cannot tell whether it is sweet or what, until and unless this taste reach to this portion. So in our mouth, a liquid thing is present, saliva. So this saliva helps to bring the taste from this portion to this portion, and hence the message sent to our brain that this is sweet or what. So particular portion is divided for each taste. Upper one is bitter. कड़वी चीज कोई होती है तो यहाँ पे जब तक टच नहीं होगी तब तक हमें पता नहीं चलेगा कड़वी है. Then sour, then salty, then sweet. You can do one activity. Now you can do one activity. Taste chili on this place in your tongue, but it will not give that taste until and unless it will reach to here or here. If you touch salt here, it will also not give you the salt taste until and unless it will reach here. If you touch any sour thing here, it will not give you taste of sour till it reach to this portion. So like this our tongue work. Portions are divided and fixed. On this, the main thing present in our mouth is saliva, which help to take the taste from one place to second to third and all over the mouth, and spread the taste all over the tongue, so that when that particular taste touch this area, it tells that it's bitter, sour, salty or sweet. After this we will see last sense organ, that is skin. First you note down, then we will see. So next sense organ we will see, that is our skin. When we see our skin through a powerful microscope, it looks like this. So this is the upper layer of the skin. Through that a small pore is there. Small pore means small hole is there. That is sweat pore. Means through this hole sweat, pasina bahar aata hai. Sweat pore is there. Now next thing, you have seen on the skin there are small hair. So here is a place for hair. Suppose this is hair and its root is connected inside. This is hair present on the skin. After the skin, of course, there will be nerve. So in our skin there is nerve connected to this also, connected to this, and connected to so many parts. And one more thing, this you have seen when you are eating too much, then this skin is developing into thick portion. That is fat. That is deep inside our skin. So this is fat. So these mainly 1, 2, 3, 4 are found under the skin when we see through strong microscope. So this is all about skin. And how we feel, what are the things which sends this message? Of course this nerve as well as receptor. These nerves are known as here receptors. There are different receptors for different things. Suppose for temperature, for touch, for hot and cold. For all these things different receptors are found, and these different receptors are sending message to the brain that whether it is hot, cold, painful or whatever. On our body, this full body is covered with skin. There are some most sensitive parts. Now there are some most sensitive part inside our body. That these fingertips are most sensitive part, as well as our lips, they are most sensitive. Means if it touch very lightly to something, then also it will get pain or it will feel that thing. If another part of the body touches, that it will feel late, but our fingertips or our lips will feel it fast because they are most sensitive and receptors are found there in number of quantities. Only this much about the sense organ. I hope you understood all things about sense organs. And if you like the video, if you like, then comment and tell me, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.